Everyone's fun around, and welcome to Christmas NBA. They have been hyping this thing up for forever. Commercials, deals, specials, all kinds of stuff. They have the in-season tournament to get people hyped up, supposedly. And then they have Christmas Day where people are supposed to be hyped up. And after this, I'm not sure what else we're supposed to look forward to until the NBA playoffs, other than teams trying to get into the playoff picture later in the year. So we have 5 different games. I'm going to give my opinions and thoughts on each game. Some of them are pending injuries, pretty big injuries that we're going to have to take a look at. But you will see images that come up on the screen right here for the picks. That's from a data app called Outlier. There's a link in the description, and I'll give you a 7-day free trial for Outlier. So for this first game, it's the Spurs in New York against the New York Knicks. The spread is -9. The Knicks have been playing pretty well as of late, and the Spurs have gotten healthy. They have a lot of young talent that has gotten healthy, like Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson. They're really struggling to figure out, where all the minutes should go with guys like Castle, who they just drafted, and just try to figure out who should play where and how many minutes. You brought in guys like Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes to kind of lead this young group for a little while and then kind of hand it over to him. It looks like Harrison Barnes' minutes are starting to go down. But I took a look at all the matchups and tried to find a soft spot. I'm going to stay away from Karl Anthony Towns' rebounds and assists as a favor to my Discord. I said as soon as I started taking him, he's been getting in foul trouble and there's been blowouts, so I'm going to stay away for this one. Victor Wembanyama, he's been scoring very well as of late. He's been shooting a lot of threes as of late, which at some point you're going to go cold and he's going to have a really bad game. I'm not sure if this is going to be the one, but he is on a tear right now scoring wise. So after sifting through all the props, there's one guy who stuck out to me. Going back to my roots, the guy that I started the season off with, and he did not do us wrong for a long time. And it's going to be Julian Champagnie of the Spurs, over 12.5 points, rebounds, and assists at -110. Now, why is his line so low? You see him on the screen. You see all that green. And he has moved off the starting lineup to the bench for the past 3 games. Devin Vassell has moved to the starting lineup. And then Harrison Barnes' minutes have kind of gone down, and Julian Champagnie has been splitting some time with Harrison Barnes and Keldon Johnson. They have been the main guys coming off the bench, along with Castle. His minutes have kind of dropped a little bit, and he's trying to find his place in this lineup. Moving off the starting lineup isn't the worst thing in the world for a guy like Julian Champagnie, who likes to shoot a lot of threes, and he's a great rebounder as well. And adding the assist on here is just +1. So if he gets that assist, which he normally does get 1, that's fine. And then if he gets a second assist, that helps out with the line. So that's why we're going PRA here. I'm going to break down the matchup. This was one of the best matchups for the Spurs at any position. I wasn't going to go with Harrison Barnes because he hasn't been playing much. So they give up the second most points to the small forward position and the second most rebounds to the small forward position. That is what he mainly does. He's going to take a lot of threes. If he's cold, he's probably not going to play as much as he normally does. Popovich will pull guys early if they look like they're cold. But he came out hot last game, and he hit this pretty easily. They give up the 18th most assists, but like I said, we're just adding 1. The assist doesn't really matter. He's probably going to get that 1, and then we just need him to get a second one to help out with the line. So matchup-wise, this is an A+ matchup for Julian Champagnie against the Knicks. Recent history, he's missed 3 times this year with a 90% hit rate. Of course, that was with more minutes. He's still playing around 28 minutes. His minutes were going down, but then they popped right back up in that last game because he was shooting well. So that gives me some encouragement taking a look, because I thought they were going to keep going down with his minutes. But no, they still want to get him on the floor and be that spark off the bench, especially scoring-wise. So he's going to get his shots up. And even with Devin Vassell, he's just missed this 1 time this year. So recent history, or history just this year, is an A+. Head-to-head, he missed once last year. He played 4 minutes in that game, and then the other one he played 28 minutes, which is about his average this year, and he hit in that game. So I give this a B- minus just because he didn't really play in that other game. And then home and away, he's got 1 miss this year on the road, and he's hit this in 9 straight games, so that's an A+. So I'm going to give this an A overall just because he has moved off to the bench in that second unit. He doesn't have to worry about trying to get shots from Wemby and Devin Vassell. He can be one of the top guys off the bench in the second unit and get some shots up. So I like Julian Champagnie over 12.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So if you guys could, please like the video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? You can just put Christmas or 25 or something like that, and it just helps get this video out there for more people to see. Thank you to anyone who does comment. So this second pick, I'm going to the Mavericks versus the Timberwolves game. This is a rematch of the Western Conference Finals. The Timberwolves have not been that great over the last 3 games. Now they're going on the road against the Mavericks, who have played well when they have Luka Doncic. Past 3 games, Timberwolves have scored 107, 103, and 104. And one of these games was against the Hawks, who are supposed to be a fast-paced matchup. You're supposed to be able to put a ton of points up against them, and they just have kind of lost their groove ever since they played the Knicks, the team that they made the trade with. Julius Randle kind of had a good game there, but everyone else just was cold. So they're trying to find some rhythm on offense here, and now they have a matchup that they lost in the Western Conference Finals, where Rudy Gobert was just dancing around at the 3-point line trying to guard Luka. So there's going to be a mental block here that they need to break through because they lost, and they're going to be on the road. So I'm going to take the Mavericks spread at minus 4.5 and minus 120. So the Mavericks, with Luka Doncic healthy, have won in 8 out of the last 9 games, or they've hit the spread in 8 out of the last 9 games. They've hit this spread in 6 out of the last 7 games, no matter who's been on the court. But with the big Christmas game, Timberwolves still trying to figure out their offense. And the Mavericks being hot right now and Luka being back, I like the Mavericks to win by 5+ points at minus 120. This next game is going to be the Celtics and the Sixers. We got some big news that took some guys off the board. Jason Tatum popped up on the injury report with an illness. Normally when guys pop up with an illness, that's kind of serious. It's not one of those things like injury management or sore ankle or something like that. When they're sick, more often than not, they'll end up missing that game if it's the day of when they pop up later. But we still have a whole day. I'm filming the day before, so we still have a whole day to see if he's going to feel better. So I don't have any picks from that game right now. The Sixers, if Tatum is out, I do like the Sixers to compete if Joel Embiid can keep his head on straight. They have all the talent there, but I do think the Celtics can still win, put up a fight at home. Even with Jason Tatum out, I think they're still that good with a Sixers team that is still trying to figure things out. But they also have Drew Holiday and Derek White, who popped up on the injury report. So hopefully those 2 guys play. If all these guys are out, then yeah, I definitely like the Sixers. Those are their 2 guards, and Tyrese Maxey would be able to do pretty much whatever he wanted. So Celtics, Sixers, I'm staying away from that for right now. Once news comes out, if I do see something that I like, then I'll put it there in the pinned comment. We have the Lakers at the Warriors. A lot of star power in this one. I do have a prop that I like. I like Steph Curry over 5.5 assists at minus 120. I know the last 10 doesn't look beautiful right there, but I'm going to break this down. The matchup is the Lakers, who give up the 7th most assists to the point guard position. I give that a B+. Recent history, he's gone over in 6 out of the last 10, and that's a 65% hit rate on the year. And he had 10 and 7 since Schroeder has been traded over to them. So Schroeder being there hasn't really hurt his assist. It's actually gone up. And Schroeder hasn't really been getting that many assists himself. So recent history, I give it a C+. It doesn't look beautiful. Head-to-head, he's gone over in 5 out of the last 6 games versus the Lakers. I give that a B+. And then home and away, this is what really made me like this play the most. At home, he's gone over in 7 out of 9 games this year. Got the Christmas game. So I'd like to see him get his teammates involved. I like to see him put up a lot more shots than he has lately, and score more than he has lately, but he still gets his teammates involved when he does that. So 7 out of 9 home games, I give that a B+. I give this an overall grade of a B. Then I have a parlay I built on DraftKings just to get the stars involved, because I know a lot of people like to bet on the stars. So I like Curry 5+ assists, just bumping that down by 1. He has missed in just 1 home game this year, 78% hit rate on the season. And then I like Anthony Davis 10+ rebounds. The Warriors give up the 6th most rebounds to the center position. His regular line is at 11.5. He's missed that quite a bit lately, just getting there at like 11, and so I'm just bumping this down to 10 here, and with a 75% hit rate on the year. And then LeBron James, I like him 18+ points in this matchup. He really likes to play against the Warriors and Steph Curry. He's hitting 78% of games this year, and the Warriors give up the 8th most points versus the power forward position. So all those together will give you a +114 payout, a little bit more than even money. So if you want to root for some of the stars in this game and not have some crazy parlay, but a decent payout for what you put in, that's my DraftKings parlay for this game. And then before I get into this last game, if you want to get away from Prizepicks, if you use Prizepicks and they have all those flat lines where you push a lot and they're kind of taking advantage of their popularity, and you can find other apps that will give you lines with the 0.5 and you're not pushing when you go over, you win when you go over. Check out Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, ChalkBoard, and BETR. BETR will match your first deposit up to $200. The rest will do it up to $100. Links are in the description and I'll take you there with the promo code. Promo code is fine around 11. Thank you to anyone who uses those. This next one and final one is going to be the Nuggets at the Suns. So Devin Booker did not practice. This is a big one. If he does not play, the Suns have struggled the past few games and they have not won. They got blown out by the Nuggets just a couple of days ago. They will be at home though. If Devin Booker plays, I think it's going to be a lot more competitive. But if he is out again, I would definitely favor the Nuggets. So if I were to take a money line or spread, I think the spread's like -2 for the Nuggets. So probably money line on the Nuggets, hoping that the news that Devin Booker doesn't play, because the Nuggets, they really beat them pretty badly. If Devin Booker is out, I would like Kevin Durant rebounds plus assist. But we don't know that yet. So when I went back and forth with, because it got bumped up, Michael Porter Jr. rebounds assist was at 7.5. His rebounds line is at 5.5, but it got bumped up to 8.5. So rebounds plus assists, 8.5 is at +105. So he would need 3 assists just to kind of tie the addition there to the rebounds, and then 4 to make it worth it. He has done that a good bit this year. But a lot of times he's just getting right there at 3. So for plus money, I think it could be worth it. But if you can find 7.5, I definitely would go for that. So I do like both of the plays, but I'm going to break down rebounds here just because his history versus the Suns is much better than rebounds assists, because he started passing the ball a lot more this season. So the matchup versus the Suns, they give up the 11th most rebounds to the small forward position. I give that a C+. Recent history, he's hitting 70% of games this year and 7 out of the last 10. So recent history, I give it a B- on the rebounds. And then head-to-head, this is where things differ a little bit. Head-to-head on the rebounds assist, I mean, he went over in 2 of the last 4. But for rebounding, he has gone over in 8 of the last 9 games versus the Suns. So that's why I'm favoring the rebounds, but the payout is a lot better for the rebounds plus assists. I know I'm throwing those back and forth, but I would favor the rebounds as of right now, but the payout isn't as great. So it's up to you. If you're single betting it, I would definitely go rebounds plus assists. If you're throwing it in a parlay, maybe just rebounds. So home and away, he's gone over in 73% of road games this year and 8 of the last 10 road games. So I would give both of the plays an overall grade of a B+. If you somehow find rebounds assists as 7.5, I would definitely give that an A, near an A+. But too bad I missed it. Yeah, they just put the lines out a lot earlier than normal. So if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. You can go there and talk about basketball, football, college football, all that good stuff. It's free. You can just hop on in there. And as far as a recap goes, I had Cason Wallace of the Thunder over 1.5 blocks plus steals at -110. He got that done very early, so there was no sweat on that. Cade Cunningham over 9.5 assists for +110, where I had it at the time. He got 10 exactly. He hit that. Nick Claxton under 13.5 points plus assist. He went under on that. Then I had Kevin Durant over 4.5 assists. That was not a checklist play, and he went under. There was a blowout there. I'm not sure if he would have got it, even if it was close, but he might have got it. Karl Anthony Towns over 13.5 rebounds. There was a blowout there. He got in a little bit of foul trouble. He ended up missing that. And then in the pinned comment, I had James Harden under 32.5 points plus assists. He went under on that. And then I had a parlay of 2 different spreads for the Cavaliers at -9.5 and the Thunder -9.5. I think the payout was near -110 for that, and that one hit as well. So it was overall of a 5-2 day. Pretty good day. And then the checklist plays were 4 and 1, I believe. The one miss was Karl Anthony Towns. So just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and it's been working out. So I hope you all do well with Christmas. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. God bless you all. Enjoy the time with your family. Enjoy the day. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.